You're watching a segment of The Splash, Greater West Bloomfield's news magazine show.
Welcome back to The Splash. I'm Jonathan Jackson, and my guest on the show this week is Amy Neary, the Planning Director for West Bloomfield Township. Amy, thank you for joining me today.
Thanks for having me.
Well, I'm glad to have you, Amy, because just early June, our township was awarded by the Michigan Green Communities for a very special award. Can you tell us what that award was and why we got it?
The township was awarded a bronze level certification from the Green Communities. What that was part of is the Michigan Green Communities put out a challenge to municipalities throughout the state of Michigan. Part of that challenge was they wanted to know what green initiatives communities were implementing, and the more you implemented, you got credit for those, and then you can become either a bronze, a silver, or a gold. West Bloomfield was given a bronze certification. Because we did meet out of those 12 criteria. I believe we had 8 of those criteria that we were able to meet. And, a lot of what we do in West Bloomfield with the development services, engineering, environmental services, every day was what helped us get this award. We do... In our township, it's often overlooked, but we do a lot to preserve our wetlands and our woodlands. We have wetland and woodland ordinances. As you drive down the street every day, the preservation of those trees and woodlands. Marshbank Park, yep. The township's engineering and environmental department worked with Parks and Rec to do a lot of wetland restoration out there when they built that park. They put in some pervious pavement areas to test if that would work to help with stormwater. We have an electric charging station over between Town Hall.
That's right, yeah, I've seen that before. And some electric cars in that station as well, charging up, which is good to see.
So the more that use it, the better. We have a solar-powered and wind-powered light pole at Town Hall, if some people might see that as they're driving in along the median there. We have several ordinances in place that give incentives to developers. So if you want to go 4 or 5 stories in height on Orchard Lake Road in our town center district, the ordinance requires that you have the building designed to meet LEED certification, which is by the U.S. Green Buildings Council. It's a certification in standards to encourage energy efficient buildings. We have in some of our other ordinances incentives. You can have additional density if you do implement some sustainability initiatives into your project as well. Wow. So those, along with some other stuff that we do on a daily basis, kind of gave us our points to give us our bronze level certification.
It sounds like it's a really big deal for us. I mean, this is a huge accomplishment, and it should be recognized as well. But I think one thing, too, is these are some things that we may even take for granted maybe here in West Bloomfield. We see them every day. We have beautiful parks and wetlands, but it takes a lot of work to preserve those and to keep our place, our whole township environmentally safe and aware. And I think you can attest to that because you've seen that whole collaboration in the township department. Can you say, just to talk a bit about how much teamwork was involved in making this happen?
Well, a lot of what we really, I think, hold high regards for in the township is our environment. We have a lot of lakes, a lot of wetlands, a lot of woodlands, and we do have regulations on those, which often sometimes isn't favorably looked upon, but at the end result, I think, is favorably looked upon. Exactly. So, it requires collaboration from the planning department, from the environmental and engineering departments and development services when they're looking at wetlands, woodlands, soil erosion, stormwater, and, the building department as well when stuff is actually getting built. So, there's a lot of collaboration that needs to happen and coordination between the different departments.
I think another thing, too, is not just our township, but also I think people at home can get involved, too, right? We can help out in our township in many ways, like the household hazardous waste. I know it's a very big event that happens here in West Bloomfield. I remember Walnut Lake Road was backed up that entire weekend for people trying to, take out these household items that maybe are dangerous and shouldn't just be thrown away in a normal, trash can, but should be, taken care of efficiently in the right way. And I think that's good too, right? For us to,
Yes.
Everybody get involved,
To make sure that, we look at the types of fertilizers we're using on our lawns, especially if we live close to, wetlands or lake areas, to the hazardous household waste day. Those are things that people can do at their home on, a daily, monthly basis. Hazardous household waste was one of the things that we identified, to help us meet our certification. And, that is we hold 2 events each year, and they are very well attended. We could probably have more And we would encourage residents definitely to participate in those.
So hopefully next year, then, are we looking forward to getting maybe silver, maybe gold in the future?
I would say that's a goal, for sure.
Yeah. I'd love to see that. I think hopefully the township would love to implement that. So definitely.
I think so, definitely.
Well, Amy, thank you so much for talking with us a bit about today, and I hope in the future we can get even more involved. Like I said, in keeping our our environment safe, and also being a part of the Michigan Green Communities Challenge. It's a big part of but it's also a great big deal that we've got this bronze level award, and hopefully we continue on in the future.
Yes, I agree.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Amy. Everyone, once again, Amy Neary from the West Bloomfield Township. And, of course, there are ways you can stay environmentally aware at home. Remember, you can recycle or reuse old materials. Also participate in the Household Hazardous Waste Day. There's 2 a year, actually.
Yep.
So remember to stay that way. Or also, you can contribute into making our township a cleaner and greener place. Use LED lights or other economically efficient tools. So please, take care. And thank you so much, Amy.
Thank you.
Thanks for watching a segment of The Splash. To catch the entire show or other segments, watch us on Comcast Channel 15 or AT&T Channel 99. Or look us up online at thesplash.tv and listen to us on WBLD 89.3, the all-new Lakes FM.